Quick disclaimer, this video is episode 1. There is a precursor, episode 0. If you have not seen that already, please watch it. There will be a link in the description. It will get you set up with the software and all of the dependencies that you need and make sure that you're prepped with all the files necessary. Without further ado, let's start from scratch. First things first, let's make sure we're using Wolvenkit installer and make sure we're on the latest nightly. Update now. If you don't already have it installed, there should be an option. Once it's updated, go ahead and launch it directly through the Wolvenkit installer. Go ahead and hit Create New Project. You can name this whatever you want. I'd recommend something in camel case, as that will keep compatibility high, but theoretically anything should work, I think. Hit Create and it will build the project for you. First thing we'll need is go to New File. We'll go to TweakDB, tweak Excel file, and instead of untitled, we'll just mix this out. Okay, easy enough. That should automatically be opened in whatever default YML viewer you have. In this case, I use Notepad++, and here we will create a new tweak record. So we will be creating a new vehicle tweak, vehicle dot, and then whatever we want our base vehicle to be in this case. I'm just going to call it 06 Lexus LFA. We're going to put base on there just to make it clear for later. We're on a semicolon, and go down a lot, create a new line, tab over, and we're going to set the base value for this. This is going to be a reference to another vanilla vehicle. So we will view this by going to pull up the Tweak browser. I like to pull it out as a new window so I can see it all. And here we just want to search for vehicle dot. Hit enter and we should see a preview of all vehicles in the game. What we are looking for would be vehicle dot v and then whatever the path is. I already know that I'm going to be using the Caliburn. In this case, I already know I'm going to be using the Rayfield Caliburn because I think it's pretty similar to the Lexus LFA. So find the vehicle that you want to use. In this case, this is going to be vehicle.v sport1 Rayfield Caliburn. As far as I know, there's no easy way to copy paste that, so the other values we want to set in here right now is appearance name. Case is important here, so it needs to be a lowercase a and a capital N. It's going to be an internal vehicle reference. Lexus, we'll do base here. Display name, this is going to be the value that is reflected when you inspect the car. So we want to create a unique identifier for this vehicle, whatever display name we have. Instead of LFA, fill in whatever yours is. Next, we'll create entity template path. To find the entity template path, we will open the Tweak browser. Here's that. You'll see this file here. This is the one that the default vehicle references. Or in this case, I'm just going to click the yellow button to add it. That will add it to our project here. And we can double click it to open and inspect it. And this is all of the base level values of the actual entity. So a lot of things are going to be referenced and declared in this end file. We're going to put it into our own location. We're going to rename this to whatever you want. We are going to want to create our own custom archive path and then open that with Explorer. We're going to go back to the vehicles. We're going to go up to the archive folder, and next to the base folder, we're going to create a new one. I recommend using your whatever your tag is and following this method through all the mod packs you create. For any external files, it's a lot easier if you just package them under your own directory, create a new subdirectory for this particular mod, Nexus LFA. Now that I have that folder, it'll show up here in the Project Explorer. I can simply drag this ent file into LFA, and now it is under that folder. Now I can right-click on this, we'll hit copy your relative path. Now you can go back to your tweak file, and in our entity template path, we will paste that in. You're going to have to create a new line, back out of that indentation, and we're going to append this to the global vehicle list. Vehicle.vehicle_list.list. Semicolon, and we will indent. Now here we have to be very specific. We cannot use a tab here, as we need to do 2 spaces, a dash, 1 more space, and now we can put in an append. So this will append to the list we're referencing, vehicle, or vehicle.your custom base file. Save that. Now we want to create another new file in Wolvenkit. Under CR2W files, we're going to look for JSON resource file. Here we are. We're going to change the name from JSON resource 1 to our mod name, Nexus LFA in this case. And we can go ahead and drag that into the same folder. We're going to open that JSON, and this will open it in our main window here in Wolvenkit. We're going to click on root here. That'll bring up options here. We're going to create handle. It does take a long time for this window to open. And then in this bottom box, we will start typing in to filter from all of our class options here. We're going to type localization persistence on screen entries. It should autofill, and then we can hit create. Now under this root value, we should have a new list. Now, in this, we can hit create item in array. This should automatically create a localization entry. This is going to be the display names, in this case, the one we just created. Primary key is 0. Male variant will be left blank, as we're not using it. Secondary key, this should match this name here, your display name in the YAML. I'll actually copy and paste it just to be sure we type it correctly. Female variant is going to be the actual string. So for this, we're going to type Nexus LFA. And this can have spaces, odd characters. It should be able to take any value. Hit enter just to be sure it updates. Once it's updated here, you still have to save it as indicated by the asterisk. Control S will save. Now we do also want to create a few extra values here. So we can actually right click on this particular localization on screen entry, right click it, and hit duplicate item in array buffer. We are going to want to create an info. This will be like the lore text for the vehicle when you scan it. Perfect. We will create one more. We're going to name this one year. This will simply be 2012. At this point, we should be able to test that we can at least summon the vehicle. We can easily install and launch files by going to this install and launch option. Alright, so we go ahead and install and launch. You'll open up your CyberEngine tweaks, open up the console, and to summon it, I should put this command in the description. Otherwise, it is game dot get vehicle system, open and closing parentheses, colon, and we'll do enable player vehicle parentheses and case sensitive. This is all case sensitive. in the parentheses, quote, and then here you'll put your vehicle tweak from the YAML. Copy paste that. End of the parentheses, comma, true, comma, false. Close the menu, hit your vehicle summon, and it should show up as test. Go ahead and confirm that, and it should show up. Default vanilla, and if we scan it, go to the data, we'll say loading under the name. That's a good thing. That means it's trying to find our broken description. So we've tested it. We'll go ahead and quit out of the game. Next, we're going to clean up the extra appearances in our end file. So go ahead and open that from the Project Explorer. Open up appearances. We don't really want any of these except for the one that is labeled player. And we're going to keep burnt around as well, just in case we need that later. So we will select the first one, hold down Shift, select the last, right click, and delete selection in array buffer. And we'll go ahead and remove this one as well. And this player 01 is the appearance we're going to start modifying. These appearances will be duplicated later for optional colors or variants. And we're going to update the name value to be the same as this appearance name. Should match with the name value. Note this is different from appearance name, which will be used to reference the app file. So the name value, this one will indicate the YAML reference. Go ahead and save that. Next, we're going to get the app file. We're going to add it to our project with the yellow file button. We get it here. We're going to rename it. That will be our new custom app. We're going to move this into the same custom directory. And we are going to right click, copy the relative path, and now we can go back to our ent file and replace the depot path with the custom one we just made. And save. Now this will reference this file, this new app file. We're going to go ahead and double click on it to open it up. And we're going to clean up the appearances in this one as well. We'll delete all of the other appearances. And we are going to update the appearance name. Go back to the ent file. We're going to update the appearance name here, which links to the app file. We're just going to call this, it's fine if we share these names. We're going to call it the exact same thing. Then we'll come over here and fill out the name value under the appearance. And this will link to the ent file. We're going to save both of these, and we are also going to test launch, just to ensure that everything is still working. Enter the command, and summon it. Vehicle still shows up fine, so our app file is linked, no problem. And you want to make sure you install and test often. Okay, now we will go back to our YAML. We're going to add a logo record. We'll do this, this will need to be before the vehicle list, as the vehicle list we want to have right at the bottom of our YAML. So we can put it under our vehicle tweak. This will be a UI icon, two capital I's, Lexus, and then we'll just call it Lexus logo. Okay, we'll tab down, enter and tab down, and we'll create a type value, and it will be a UI icon underscore record. We're going to set the Atlas part name, and then we also want to set an Atlas resource path. For now, we're just going to copy some vanilla ones, so we will go back to Wolvenkit, find the old tweak browser, and we will search for, we're going to look for UI icon. Here we go. We have a path here. Add that to the mod. Add this to our project. And notice that the part name here is Porsche. So, first things, atlas part name is going to be Porch. And then the ink atlas is this file here, and we will get the path by right-clicking and doing copy relative path. And we can go ahead and paste that in there. And we will update these to custom paths once we get to custom images in a later video. Next, we want to create a brand tweak right under the base vehicle. Vehicle.Lexus is just going to be a brand tweak. This is going to be, we're going to do $type, and this will be a vehicle manufacturer record. And we're going to set the enum name to Lexus _logo. This should be the same value as the UI record. Okay, next, we're going to create a UI data value for the vehicle. Oh, wait, sorry, this needs to go underneath this because it is referencing the above value. So since this one comes after this, it needs to be there. So next we will create another tweak. This is going to be vehicle dot. We're going to do Lexus LFA data. New vehicle tweak. This is going to be of type vehicle UI data. And here we can set the production year to whatever is correct for your vehicle. And we're going to create an info value. And this is going to reference the JSON. So we're going to open up the JSON in Wolvenkit, and we are looking for the info value. Here's the secondary key. This is what we are going to reference. So copy that, and we're going to reference it via lock key, #, and then that custom value. So this is a localization key. So this is the key that will be referenced for the description. And then this way, you can simply update your JSON to add other languages. Now we are going to create a icon record. This will be the logo when you scan the vehicle. This will be a UI icon, and we will call this Lexus icon. That'll be of type UI icon _ record. We're going to set that to set an atlas part name and an atlas resource path. We're going to go back to the tweak browser. So if we look at our vehicle Porsche, icon is referencing this value UI icon, and here are the values for it. So we have a ink atlas that contains all of the vehicle icons. That'll be all of our logos. We're going to add that to our project. And if we open that one up, you will see a preview of all the different vehicles that can be summoned via the call menu. Just for temporary sake, we will choose a random one. Go with the monster truck. It's cool. Part name here. If you click on this in the ink atlas, it'll show up on the right side. Grab the part name. It'll be this value. Copy that. And we are also going to want the path of this. We will copy the relative path of that ink atlas. And we are going to link these values into our main vehicle tweak. So here we're going to add an icon value, and we're going to set it to UI. This will be actually this value here. Copy that tweak. These will reference each other. We can also add in our manufacturer, and this will be the brand tweak we created. And lastly, we're going to have to create a vehicle UI data value, and that will be the Lexus data tweak we created here. Next, we are going to want to add the tweaks for virtual car dealer, and we can actually do this beneath the vehicle list. We'll do the entire path of the base vehicle here. Copy that, and we're going to do that tweak, and then add a dot, and then dealer price. This will be the price for that particular vehicle. Any value here doesn't matter too much. Let's say it costs $500,000. Why not? Then we're going to copy the same line, except we're going to swap this to dealer cred, and that'll be the street cred requirement to buy this vehicle. Let's set it to 40. Set it to 40, why not? Okay, so we will save that. We're done with the YAML for the moment. Now we're going to go to New File. We're going to go to Archive Excel, create an Excel file, change this name to our custom name, something referencing the mod. Create that, and here we're going to reference our localization JSON. So we will type localization, enter, 2 spaces, on screens, colon, enter, indent another 2 spaces, and here we'll add our language tag. Here I'll use MUS, for American English, and here we are going to want to put the JSON path for our translations. This file, copy relative path, save that, and now these description names should be linked via this path here. So make sure you save that Excel file, and we are going to install and launch again. All right, so we will paste in our command, summon it, and you will see the name now shows up along with the custom part image that we selected. Go ahead and summon it. It should spawn without issue. And when we scan it, it now shows the brand logo, which I selected the Porsche one, along with the Lexus LFA, the proper title of the car, our custom lore text at the bottom, and the production year set as well. However, we still have to set the drivetrain, curb weight, and horsepower. Those can be set the exact same way that we did for the rest of them. At this point, you can fill out the rest of your JSON, link it the same as we did here, and your core files are good to go. At this point, it's time to start messing with the body, and that'll be in the next video.